AM Quad Cities with Dan, and it's time for One More Thing. This is the segment of the show where, well, sometimes it's stuff we didn't have time to do on the show, but sometimes it's a follow-up to things we've done on the show today.
It's something that we started on the show and ran out of time. Couldn't complete it.
Today is one of those follow-up items.
Yeah.
What happened on the show today is I forgot why I was complaining about whatever it is I was complaining about.
Oh, you were wanting police to crack down and just ticket everybody that does this.
Yeah, people like when you're trying to merge and people in line behind you zip out and then come up on your left so you can't get over at the time that you're supposed to get over. You're all going up the lanes. There's a white line there, a solid white line. And you're all staying in there except for one jackanapes who decides he doesn't want to wait behind everybody else and then pulls out and now is screwing up everybody else trying to merge correctly.
Jackanapes?
Jackanapes, yes. That's the person that I don't want. And so I said, why don't they start writing tickets for crossing that solid white line? Because you can't cross a solid white line.
At which point I said, yes, you can. It's a yellow line you can't cross. White lines are okay. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, well, but
it just designates lanes.
Yellow lines designate different traffic directions. That's what if you're on a 2-lane highway, the lane in the middle is going to be
right. It tells you whether you can pass or not. It doesn't tell you what.
There's no white lines on a 2-lane highway. Anytime there's two different directions of traffic, it's going to be a yellow line between them.
Yes, I see what you're saying. But if you add a solid yellow line, then you can't pass.
Then that means you can't pass, right? Yes. And so I assume solid white line means you also can't pass. White lines delineate traffic going in the same direction, but delineate the lanes, right? Well, it's not just assuming. I was told in driver's ed, if the line is solid, don't cross it. You can't cross it. That's what it is. Doesn't matter if it's a white line or a yellow line, solid line, you can't cross it. And we had people call today and say, some said, yeah, that's right. I've gotten tickets for crossing the white line.
I had a police officer that said no. Well, the problem is that if you cross a white line, a solid white line, and you do something wrong or you cause a problem, then you can be ticketed.
Right. That's
because then they get you for improper lane usage.
Right. Here's what the rule from the Illinois Rules of Road says. Okay. White lane lines separate lanes of traffic moving in the same direction. Broken white lines separate lanes of traffic moving in the same direction. Crossing the line is allowed only when changing lanes or turning. Solid white lines separate lanes of traffic moving in the same direction. Crossing a solid white line requires special care and is discouraged. Okay. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
Exactly.
It just means it's discouraged.
Absolutely.
Double white line. Obviously, any double solid lines you can't cross. So there's a double solid white line. You can't cross that, obviously. But it's discouraged. Okay.
So?
I was told that's illegal. My driver's ed teacher, solid line, don't cross it.
Well, when in doubt, be cautious.
Well, so here's what would happen. So the people who were calling us saying, no, I got tickets for crossing that. You really didn't get a ticket for crossing the solid white line. You got a ticket for not doing it properly. Like maybe there was a car behind you or there was, some other, or you didn't take proper care when you crossed that line.
Right.
And I suppose if you're a police officer, you can you can just say, you crossed that line without taking proper care.
Improper lane usage.
Right. But apparently, as much as I hate saying this, all of these years I've been yelling and complaining and angry about people crossing that solid white line. It's not illegal.
And?
Same thing in Iowa. It's pretty much the same rules. What? And you were right?
Yes.
Yeah, that actually hurts worse than...
I thought it might.
Yeah. That actually makes me feel pretty bad.
I don't blame you. Because if I had to do it, I would feel real bad, too.
I actually feel really bad, too, for all the people I've yelled at. I've been so mad over the years at people doing that, and I didn't realize...
So you've had road rage over something you had no right to have road rage over.
Right. They were completely...
Holy cow.
Yeah, they were legal to do it.
Man.
I still think if you're all, trying to get on the interstate...
Yes, absolutely.
And you might... swing out to the left...
And you might get called for improper lane usage in that case. You might get a ticket.
Right. But it's not always the case where solid white line means you can't cross the line.
Exactly.
As I've been led to believe, and I've believed all these years, and I feel so bad for all the people that I've cursed out and yelled at in my head just because for something that was actually. But the good news is now that I know it's legal, I can start doing it. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna try that on my way home today.
Good luck.
All right.
Just do it properly.
There you go.
Remember, use caution. It's discouraged, but not illegal.
So you were right.
Thank you. Man, I'm calling everybody I know. I'm going to post that on Facebook. Hang on. Actually, this will be on Facebook.
This is the very last one more thing.
Ever
of all time, I think. I could never do this twice.
Send your recipes for crow to Dan Divert at iHeartMedia.com.
There you go. That's one more thing.